killed me, but to this day, he's still in my prayers. The shows were great, but we just couldn't get any radio airplay, so we had no choice but to keep scheduling dates and playing live. The road was grueling, especially with the show we were doing. It was scary being away from home in Brooklyn, so every night I would write postcards to Lydia, my mother, and my Uncle George. Things like, "Hey Ma, I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. Holy mackerel. There's some strange people here, but I'm having a great time. Or UNC, played last night and I did a drum solo and everybody went crazy. We're still kind of struggling, and we'll be in another Holiday Inn tomorrow. Love you." My family kept those postcards in a special box all through the years. We were opening for Rory Gallagher in the Midwest, and Casablanca sent a few execs out to check out our show. They were in the audience with Neil and Joyce, and after we left the stage the crowd was going wild, screaming for an encore. But we didn't come out. Neil sent Joyce back to see what was going on, and she got backstage and saw that the back doors of the venue were open and I was on the ground, with J.R. standing over me, trying to revive me. There was a low ceiling in the crowd, and when they levitated me during Black Diamond, I started breathing in all the smoke from the flash pots that had risen to the ceiling, and I passed out and fell backward 10 feet. Lucky for me, J.R. was there to catch me. On June 22nd, we were playing the final night of the fourth nightstand at a club in Atlanta when Paul collapsed and we had to rush him out of the venue and end the show. Well, that's what it looked like to the audience. The truth was that we were on our third encore and had run out of songs to perform. We were in the dressing room, racking our brains to come up with another song, but we couldn't. "I got it, I'll feign," Paul suggested. We looked at him like he was crazy. "You can pull that off," I said. "No problem," Paul said. We didn't even tell our roadies because as great as they were, they all had big mouths and would have told the whole place, "Paulie's going to faint." So we kept it quiet. We went out for another encore and I sat behind the drums. We went into deuce for the second time, and I was just waiting for Paul to faint. Sure enough, he swooned and fell to the stage. Within seconds, J.R. was knocking people out of the way, rushing to the stage. Meanwhile, Paul was lying there, clutching his head in an Oscar-worthy performance. J.R. and Mick Campies carried Paul off to the dressing room, and the show was over. We laughed for hours after that one. Touring non-stop was dangerous for me because the Catman lived a very wild life. He did a lot of drugs, drank a lot of booze, got a lot of pussy. I actually wanted to get rid of him now and then and just be Peter Criscuola again. The Catman was killing me. But Gene and Paul loved the road. They would be happy to be out there 365 days a year. Once Ace said, "You guys don't care, because no one gives a fuck about you two. You have no friends, so you don't really want to stay home, because you won't know what to fucking do with yourself." Ace was right. Gene and Paul were workaholics. I don't put that down. But Peter Criscuola believed there was time for family, there was time for God, and time to give the fucking brain time off from this fake world we were living in. So we made a deal with Gene and Paul that first year out. We would always be home for Christmas. We'd play Thanksgiving, we'd play New Year's Eve. But not Christmas. I needed to see a Christmas tree. I wanted to go home and smell the holly, get drunk with friends in a local bar. We wanted 1 week a year to be with our families. We learned a lot on that first tour, a lot about ourselves and a lot about our audience. At first our audience was almost 100% male. We used to joke, "Where the fuck are the girls?" But we were getting a very interesting segment of the male population. allowing the metalheads, the renegades, the fat kid who sat in the back of the class, along with the skinny kid who got picked on. Our fans were the underdogs, the ones who didn't belong. They were all, in their own way, outcasts. But when they went and put on our makeup and put on a Kiss album and practiced their stage moves in front of the mirror, they would become Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley or Ace Frehley or Peter Criss. They would escape into this world, and that was a very sacred place for them. Sure enough, they started wearing their makeup and costumes and the shoes, and you could see many Peter Crisses out in the audience, many Gene Simmonses and Paul Stanleys and Ace Frehleys. We embraced these underdogs and gave them a vote. I'll never forget the first time I saw a fan come backstage dressed in full cap and costume and makeup. He came up to me, asked for an autograph, and then he said, "Hey Peter, how do I look?" "You look cool as fucking hell, man," I replied. Chapter 7. When I came to after I blacked out, I didn't know where I was for a few seconds. All I knew was that a naked woman who had been wearing a ram's head was giving me head while I was slumped in a huge chair fit for a king. I looked over to a corner of the room and a guy was fucking a chick doggy style and her titties were bouncing in joyous unison. Next to him, two guys were sucking each other off. Was I tripping on acid? I felt like I was in a weird movie, a cross between A Midsummer Night's Dream and Satyricon. When I looked the other way, I felt some relief to recognize Ace, who was banging some chick in the corner. Then I remembered. We were shooting the cover for our second album with the great photographer Norman Seed. Seed had hired 20 women and 20 men to surround us in some elaborate medieval Gothic tableau. To lubricate the scene, we set the stock with plenty of champagne, scotch, whiskey, rum, you name it. It might have been the scotch that